Hello, it's Auntie and Ariel. Welcome to our final podcast in this journey. We have reached our goal and we've achieved what we wanted to find, which is peace. I have a poem here that I have written and I would like to share with you. It's about the poem is called Happy Place, and the happy place is peace. And that is where my goal was, and that is where I achieved. Here is my poem. Camp, my happy place, unshackled from hurt, free from home, no more so alone. The lake like a mirror, beauty of sunrise and sunset, the wharf sitting so serene. Freeport, Bahamas, my other happy place. Canoe rides, dancing into Caribbean music, people sincere and so friendly. Until one day it all went wrong and went away. Pulled into shore, unable to stand up, people saw and came to help. Lifted me, humiliated, broken-hearted. The ocean, my passion, I fell laying flat again, unable to stand up. My cousin was there, realized I was drowning. No more canoeing, ocean, walking on the beach, no more ability to travel. Now grateful for courses on Zoom, Bridge Online. There's a new happy place in my life, and that is home.
It is a beautiful poem.
So what this expresses is that in our lives, in our journeys in life, things can go wrong, things can go bad for you. But at the end of the day, with the proper mentality and emotional push, you can get to where you're going and overcome all of these bad experiences that have happened. So don't get discouraged, don't give up. When things go wrong, they can also then go right. And that's the focus I would like to express in our journey.
Amazing. That's beautiful, Auntie. I think this is also a great last topic to touch on, because I feel like some of our other topics are very heavy, and this one is sort of ending on a on a peaceful note, for lack of better words.
Well, because that was in fact the goal. That was where I was headed.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we talk about awareness and the three that I talk about, which is awareness and
choice,
making good choices,
yeah,
and then reaching your goal by those 3 steps, and recognizing that if you do those 3 steps, you will get there. You have to have the courage and the wherewithal to realize that it will be better. Things get better when you apply and you do the right things for yourself. They will get better.
Yeah, I think that's a really important message to share. I think a lot of people sometimes don't think that things are going to get better, but it's I think probably very reassuring for them to hear that.
Well, this is the sort of the message of our podcast throughout, is that when you put the right focus and take the right steps in that direction, in fact, what happens is that you do overcome all of the things that have happened, and you reach and there might be some detours, and I call them detours because they're not permanent. They just take you off the main course and in your direction. So when you overcome those detours, that's when you find yourself back on the road to the journey that will take you to where you want to go, which is the word peace, and the feeling that it brings.
That was beautiful. But I'm actually bringing it back to the poem Happy Place, and how happy place is, in your opinion, equated to peace. I'm just curious, because from the poem it sounds like happy place is more physical spaces and more either activities or places in the world that bring you happiness, which therefore brings you peace. But I was wondering, did I interpret that correctly, or is happy place more of a mental state? Is it a physical state?
Well, what we're talking about is a journey, and on a journey, for me, my approach is the steps you take, what you do to get there. So I see what you're saying. So I will tell you that if you really look at each word, the interpretation of them, they are all emotional or mental positivity, but the actual accomplishment is achieved by the steps you take.
Okay.
And the end result, which is peace, that's emotional.
Okay.
Peace is the way you feel, and what you've achieved in terms of overcoming and coming to the peace that you have found.
When we're talking about happy place, we're not talking about going, for example, for ice cream and that's going to make you happy every day.
No, not at all. No, I think this is far above that. It's not as simple as an ice cream. It's simple as when you're drowning, not to drown, and have someone pull you out of the water and save you, right? So what I'm talking about is dramatic events. For example, when I was coming in on the canoe with my cousin, we had gone canoeing, and as we came in, I fell out of the canoe when I was getting out of the canoe, and again I landed on my face, and again I was drowning, and again I was saved. So that's the message for me on a journey, is that it's okay to face difficulty. It's okay to face scary or frightening situations. But at the end of the day, if you believe that you can, you will. And that's the answer. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in life. And you have to believe that no matter how serious how serious you're facing, you can overcome and come through it at the end and find yourself in peace.
Oh, that was beautifully put. So finding your happy places, it's not something that, for example, you find it and then you have it forever. It could be something that you lose and then need to find again, and it could come in a different way.
Absolutely. There's many aspects in life, moments in life, that challenge and then succeed in finding peace. It's a very good observation, Ariel, is that it's not a forever thing, but but so is the bad experience, but not an everything. That's what you have to remember, is that as much as you can reach the happy place, you can also reach and overcome the tragic things or the difficult things that you're facing, no matter how sad or upset. An example would be also, for example, when a person that is very close to you, a family member, a wife, a husband, God forbid, a child, at that moment, it feels like your life is over. You've lost this person, your heart is broken, you're not going anywhere. Yet, further down the line, you look back and you say, I did it. I found my happy place again after all. I overcame the pain, I overcame the sadness, and I found my happy place. And the happy place, more often than not, is within yourself.
Yeah, no, I think that's such an important message. I think a lot of times people forget that. People focus on that, how happiness is fleeting, but if that's fleeting, then also sometimes the negatives in our life also can't last forever.
Exactly. And when it feels like it will, and it does, it feels that way for sure. I lost a sister-in-law who was 25 years old to asthma. Didn't see it coming. We didn't know in those days that you could die of asthma because of the anaphylactic reactions. And she had that, but we didn't know about it in those days. And I really thought that my heart was so sad. I didn't see an out. I didn't see any way I was going to find my way out of there. But yet, with time, with effort, with facing the sadness at the same time, facing the good things, and at the end of the day, you end up, or I ended up, in my happy place again, and I found peace.
Can I ask, if it's not too personal, how you found your happy place, or what you envision when you think of your happy place?
What I envision is the pain leaving. The pain no longer being all that I feel. The pain, the focus. I find that the only way out of that place, that dark place, is little by little focusing on what's good, what feels good, what makes you feel less and less pain. And eventually you come out from the other end. And the way I always say it is that, when I used to look at a tunnel and a train would be coming, I would see it as a train that's going to hit me. But on the other hand, I also would see it as hope coming my way, and that's going to save me from the train. So there's many ways to look at things that turned it around. And that train went from something that was gonna kill me to something that made me hopeful and made it safe for me. And that is the solution, the answer to finding your happy place. A happy place is not something tangible. It's something emotional, something that you feel, and it's something inside of yourself that gives you the strength to get the solution that you need. And that's how you get to your happy place, and therefore peace.
Wow. You're really a lot of wisdom in this podcast. Really, really a lot in all the episodes, honestly. I'm just curious. This might be, as you know, I sometimes like to throw a tougher question at you, and I do apologize. But in terms of being in your happy place, it's not possible. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but is it something that you could be in forever? Is it possible to alleviate all the pain?
No. I'd have to say no. I think it's unrealistic to say it, and more unrealistic to feel it. And I think that you have to accept the fact that I don't think it would be tolerable if it was just always, for example, the bad place, the place that hurts. If that lasts forever, wow, that would be really sad and bad. So I like to believe that each one has its out, and each one has its ultimate solution, and at the end of the day, it turns out to be temporary. And therefore, for me, I seek my happy place because I know that it will help me deal with and move on from the bad stuff.
So happy, it's something that you actively also have to look for. It's not something that is just going to come at you.
Absolutely. Listen, nothing in life comes easily. They always say, trouble, yes, but not necessarily, you really have to put in effort. And I think if and when you do, I think anything that that is fearful, that is difficult, that is frightening, can be overcome. And it's overcome by the discovery and finding your happy place. And again, it's not a physical place. It's completely something that's in your heart, in your mind. And when you put together your heart and your mind, you have an equation that leads you to where it has to lead you, which is your happy place.
I have a lack of words. Really, the way you speak and what you share is really incredible. And I think that was a beautiful note to end off on. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to Happy Place.
No, I think the message has been given, and I'm hoping that for those of you that came on the journey with us, thank you for doing that. And we will be back with other subjects and other things that will be in the podcast. And I'm very appreciative of those people who followed with us and joined us to the final place, so we all can be in the happy place and find peace.